You know that feeling, right? You have one of those moments where you're just completely overwhelmed, the tears start flowing, and somehow, afterwards, you feel better, lighter even, like a weight has been lifted. Well, I'm here to tell you that feeling is absolutely real. It is not just in your head, it's not you just imagining it. There's some incredible science happening inside your body when you cry. And the secret? Well, it's hiding in plain sight. It's a natural painkiller that your own body produces, and it's released in your tears. Okay, so let's dive into this. We're going to look at the powerful, surprising science that makes a good cry so incredibly healing. All right, meet the star of the show, leucine and enkephalin. Now that sounds complicated, but it's basically an endogenous opioid. All that means is it's a painkiller your own body creates. And get this, it binds to the very same receptors in your brain as morphine. Just think about that for a second. Your body has its own built-in system to soothe pain, and it unleashes the stuff when you cry from emotion. But here is a super important point. Not all tears are the same. The tears you get from chopping an onion, those are called reflex tears. They're basically 98% water, and their only job is to wash junk out of your eyes. Emotional tears, though, oh, they are a complex chemical cocktail. They're churning out those natural painkillers, sure, but they're also packed with stress hormones and other toxins that your body is trying to get rid of. So, how does this all add up to what is essentially a biological reset for your whole system? Well, it's pretty cool. Crying is basically doing two jobs at once. It's getting rid of the bad stuff and bringing in the good stuff. First up, let's talk about what crying flushes out. I mean, it is literally taking out the trash. It's flushing out stress hormones like ACTH. It's also removing toxic byproducts that build up when we're stressed, and even gets rid of excess manganese, a mineral that can really mess with your mood in high concentrations. So yeah, weeping is actually an excretory process, kind of like sweating. And while it's busy flushing out all that stress, your body's also releasing its own feel-good chemicals. We're talking endorphins and oxytocin, which are famous for easing both physical and emotional pain. They're what give you that sense of calm afterwards. And of course, there's our friend leucine and enkephalin, that amazing natural painkiller we just met. So when you put all of that together, you can start to see crying as your body's own super effective safety valve. It's this brilliant, full-body mechanism for releasing pressure before it builds up too much. And hey, don't just take my word for it. Harvard Health Publishing says it plain and simple. Keeping difficult feelings inside, bottling them up, can be seriously bad for our health. We're talking a weaker immune system, cardiovascular disease, even high blood pressure. Crying is the physical release that helps prevent all that damage. And here's exactly how that physical release works. Crying actually activates your parasympathetic nervous system, or PNS for short. This is the total opposite of your fight or flight mode. The PNS is your body's rest and recover system. So after that initial storm of sobbing, the PNS kicks in, and that's what brings on that incredible feeling of calm. Your body is literally calming itself down. But wait, there's more. Beyond all the amazing internal chemistry, crying has another, equally powerful function. It's a signal, one that's deeply woven into our evolution and who we are as social creatures. And get this, because this is wild. While lots of animals make tears to clean their eyes, scientists have found that we are the only creatures on the entire planet known to weep because of emotion. It is a uniquely, profoundly human trait. So why? Why did we evolve this special ability? Well, researchers think tears work as a kind of social glue. They are a powerful, nonverbal way of communicating our vulnerability, which then triggers empathy and support from the people around us. It's a way of saying I need help without ever saying a word, and it helps forge connections and strengthen our communities. You know, all of this science really invites us to completely rethink our relationship with tears. It turns out that what so many of us have been taught to see as a weakness is actually one of our body's greatest strengths. Because let's be real, from a very young age, many of us, and this is especially true for men, are taught that crying is a sign of weakness, that you have to be strong and not lose control. This social pressure can make us suppress a completely natural and healthy biological function. Now, here's a really interesting twist. There's a biological component to this too. Research shows that a hormone called prolactin, which is tied to making tears, is found at levels almost 60% higher in adult women than in men. This could be one reason, on top of social conditioning, that helps explain some of the differences we see in crying frequency. So, it all boils down to this. We're left with two totally different ways of looking at it. On one hand, you have the old school stigma. Crying is a loss of control, it's a sign of weakness. But on the other hand, you have all this incredible science that says crying is a highly evolved, sophisticated mechanism for healing ourselves and connecting with each other. So I'll leave you with this to think about. After all of this, is crying really a sign of weakness? Or is it possible that it's our body's oldest, wisest, and most intelligent way to heal?